You know, we got $37 trillion in debt. What are we going to do? Oh, we could back it by stable coins, and then we could offload it on the world and then do a rug pull. Suddenly end the entire crypto, scene, right? Do I have that right?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, it's very complicated, very, very much so by design to sort of confuse everyone about what the real play is here. And, of course, it was a bit speculative, a year plus ago whenever we did talk. But a lot of it has come to fruition. And we're now seeing, like the special advisor to Putin the other day coming out and being like, hey, I think crypto is actually a big ploy by the United States government to deal with their debt problems. That was a story that came out. And so basically the thesis of the Bitcoin dollar and the idea of, offloading all of this, inflationary effects, finding a buyer for the debt of the U.S. government. The quick summation of it is, we all kind of know how the petrodollar works, right? Where we're offloading our inflationary effects by forcing people to buy dollars to be able to get oil. We've basically recreated that system with Bitcoin and digital currency, where the vast majority of all trades for digital currency are done in dollars. So, how do you deal with the debt problem? You have to find someone who buys your reserve assets, and you need to increase the amount of users that use the currency, right? So you need to solve both for the reserves and for the currency that's based off the reserves. And stablecoins really perfectly fix both of those problems, where, they allow anybody access to dollars with just a smartphone. Anywhere in the world now has access to dollars, and those stable coins, these digital dollars, are backed, thanks to the regulation that we just saw with the Genius Act, are now being forced to be backed by U.S. treasuries and de facto, U.S. debt. So we're seeing kind of all of these issues being solved very conveniently, as the U.S. is now starting to kind of deal with its debt problems, debasing the dollar, and now starting to cut rates. So I think